welcome to another episode of High Velocity Radio. I'm your host, Kevin Finn, and after a beautiful weekend, we're back in the studio. I've got some lovely ladies here with me today that we're going to talk to. I have Nancy York and Nicole Harmon. They're both franchise owners with TapSnap Phototainment. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad. And they both own their own separate franchises, but they came in today to sort of just talk about the franchises as a whole. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you, Kevin.
You.
So thank you for coming in this morning. And we'll start with you first, Nancy. Why did you decide to go into this and start your own franchise?
Well, I have over 20 years of marketing experience. I've headed up corporate, creative, and event departments. The thing that I love is just helping customers stand out from the crowd, stay ahead of the competition, find new, fun, innovative ways to get their name and message out there. And so now I'm able to take those years of experience and meld them into TapSnap, which is just a wonderful marketing tool in the disguise of a photo booth. And it also ties into my passion to entertain, to have fun. I mean, my goodness, we've got so many things going on these days. We need to take more time to stop and celebrate our achievements, and TapSnap is the perfect way to do that.
Awesome. Nicole?
Yeah, so I'm reasonably young. I have two entrepreneur parents, and so I knew at a really young age that I wanted to own my own business. I used to work at a local magazine in events and social media. So when I saw it, it was perfect. It melded those two things that I was really passionate about. So I jumped on board immediately. Don't regret it at all. It's a very fun franchise, interactive, brings a lot to companies and clients, whether it's private parties or corporate. So I just want to have fun and love what I do, and I can officially say that I do.
I love that, too. And for people that want to be entrepreneurs out there, a lot of them take that first step, and they'll go with the franchise first because it's sort of a map of how to do a successful business, and you can learn through that process. And then if you want to go out and start something else, you can go do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about TapSnap and exactly what it is for our listeners.
Well, TapSnap is a revolutionary photo booth for the digital era. It's an open-air concept, so there are no curtains to limit the fun. If you think back to the traditional photo booths, you only had a few people that could squeeze in to take their picture. Well, now that it's open concept, you can set it anywhere in the room. You can make it the center of your event. You can work with larger groups of people. You can even capture what's going on around the event to capture the essence and the personality of the event. It's also got a gorgeous or sophisticated design, so it fits into any type of event, any style of event.
And then once pictures are taken, people can actually come up to the 42-inch touchscreen. They can interact with it. So they can draw messages, which is perfect for weddings. They can write good luck to the bride and groom. They can add digital props. We have about 20 different categories of digital props. If the green screen's being used, they have different backgrounds of green screens. Then once they've edited the picture, we can print on site. They can also immediately email it to themselves from the machine, so they have a digital copy as well. And they can also upload it to Facebook and Twitter. So it's that instant gratification of what people want to do these days is post to Facebook. And
look what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's basically a professional selfie is what I like to call it. So.
Definitely. Well, you guys were over at Eventerac, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I think I saw you guys over there with it had the big screen. And I think the open format, it must be a lot easier to set up than these people that have to build these huge booths that you see them building in all these events.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the open is something you can't beat. There are no curtains, so we can fit 100 people in there if we wanted to.
Well, that's awesome. I think it takes the whole photo room to a different thing. Do you also have real physical props that you guys have with it also?
Yes. Yeah. We always bring physical props. We can theme them if there is a theme, but generally it's hats, big sunglasses, boas, anything that kind of loosens people up.
Definitely.
Yeah, but the digital props are also very cool. Like Nicole was mentioning, you can scroll down on this toolbox on the right-hand side, and you can pick anything from speech bubbles to write little fun messages, other hats. You can bring in celebrities. You put people on the red carpet and pretend they're at a Hollywood event. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Well, and I can imagine for people, different companies hiring you too, all that social media going out there, everyone's having a good time, but then when it has the company name, I bet you guys can put the name right on there so people know what company put out that content, and it makes them more attractive to a lot of different people.
Definitely.
So tell me, what's the future of this for you guys? Where do you guys see this going? And tell me just a little bit about the whole franchise process.
Well, with the franchise process, I actually worked with a franchise broker, which is similar to a mortgage broker. So she kind of got my background and my skills and matched me with the appropriate franchise. So it was a great process working with corporate. And with the franchise, you get that stability and reputation.
Yeah, that
so
name.
People love working with franchises, either whether you're buying into the franchise or it's a client and they see that TapSnap is a franchise, because it just brings that reputation. We have a background. We have happy clients. It's not just a local mom and pop photo booth, which are great. But this just brings that next level of sophistication.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Speak a little bit to the business model behind it too, because they don't just give you the equipment, right, and say go forth. They teach you how to sort of go to market, don't they?
Yeah. So they have a pretty in-depth training that you go to. And so there's sales training, there's marketing training, how to use the machine. So we come back totally prepared. We can hit the ground running. There's support. So they have a call center and that leads go into, and then a whole support system that is there for any questions. We have technical support, and they're constantly working on new things to bring to the experience.
Definitely. Well, you can also tell you guys collaborate. You guys both have separate franchises. They're separate businesses, but you guys are here together collaborating about the brand and how good the franchise is all together. So, I mean, there must be a lot of market share in the Atlanta area. There's a lot to go around. You guys have really been helping each other out, I can tell.
Yeah, there's a lot of business here in Atlanta. It's a very exciting time.
So what are they doing to keep the technologies up to date for you? Because, I mean, things are ever changing. Like we mentioned earlier in the show, new social medias are popping up and people are grabbing them. What are they sort of doing to keep up with the trends?
Yeah, so one of the great things is we can actually tap into corporate Facebook accounts. So not only can whoever's using the machine, the guest at the event, can upload to their personal account, we can tap in and connect with the corporate account. So that means any pictures that are being taken can be immediately uploaded to the corporate Facebook account with a custom hashtag while the event is still going on. So it creates that buzz. The TapSnap team is awesome. They are constantly working on new and innovative things to bring to the experience. So one of the things that's still in beta and testing right now, but it's really exciting when it comes to social media, it's called Snapcast.
Okay.
So you know how when you go to Hawks games and they tell you to text a message to a certain number and they display it on the the middle court?
Jumbotron.
Yes, exactly. So this is a similar concept, but we use a custom hashtag for that brand. So what will happen is we'll utilize, if there are smart TVs around the venue, projectors, we can set up our own projectors. We'll use that custom hashtag. So not only will the pictures that are being taken from the TapSnap unit itself be projected all around the venue, but if anyone tweets or Instagrams with that hashtag, those too will go up and be displayed. So what it's doing, it's really encouraging people to use that hashtag, and on the flip side, it's really branding the company. That hashtag is being used a lot during that event. It's generating a ton of buzz while the event is still going on.
Well, and it's generating content, too, and that content's so important. Companies are trying to do everything. They're throwing millions of dollars here and there just to find ways to generate content that goes with their company. And this is really easy. They've already put a lot of money on for the event, and you guys take care of the rest, really.
Yeah. It really, Snapcast will bring it to a whole new level.
So, what do you just work with big companies? Would you work with a small wedding? What's really your market or your customer base?
Actually, we can work with any size company, any type of industry. We work with local companies here in Atlanta, like, let's see, we've got Spa Sidel, Spelman College,
City of Decatur, Marriott, local hotels have hired us for grand openings. And
well, I feel like
we've also worked with the big guns like Coca-Cola, Red Bull, Chili's, Fox Sports. Mm-hmm. So we've been very fortunate to work with all different types of companies.
Well, I just have to think that you guys are probably a lot more affordable than these huge photo booths that people need to, like 4 or 5 guys. They got to bring it in a truck, and they take like an hour to install it. And how many people does it take to really set up one of your guys' stuff? You
can really do it with one person. The only part that you need 2 people is the monitor. It's huge. It's heavy.
But there's always people at events that'll definitely help you out.
Especially men. They like to be very helpful. They like to be the knight in shining armor. So that's what we found is that, and it is easy. I mean, the equipment's tight. There's no curtains. There's not an actual booth. So it's really a sleek look, and there will always be an attendant with the booth, at least one. We don't want people self-servicing. Yeah. Because it is a very high-tech machine, and so we want to be able to help them figure out, hey, do you like cowboys? We'll put a cowboy hat on you. What do you want to say to the bride and groom? So we really can customize it to that person that's using it.
Definitely. So is it a TV screen, or is the TV screen also the device? Or
The TV screen is also the device, so it sits on a stand.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, what's the future plans for you ladies? How many of these screens do you have? Are you getting multiple ones of them, and you're going out and doing separate events, or what's the future for both of you?
Well, right now we both have 2, but we have access to 8 machines here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And because it is a franchise, we have access to hundreds of machines across North America.
So if you need help with that, they're saying, "Hey, we'll be happy to do it."
Absolutely.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's so great. So, what's the outlook for 2014? How do you guys want to grow your business? How can we help here at Business Radio X help you guys get the word out?
We just really want to create relationships. At TapSnap, we don't want to just bring in a booth and leave. We want to create that lasting relationship. We want to see, if it's a corporate client, we want to see their business succeed. So we're not just coming and going. One of the great things is data capture. So when people put in their email, we're actually capturing that email. So it's a lead generation tool, basically.
Okay.
So after the event, we provide that email address list to the client. So that's a great marketing tool that corporate clients love. So, and after the event, we follow up with them. We want to make sure that they're touching those people that they
definitely
gained access to. So we'll give them a little bit of insight on email marketing. But I think our biggest goal is to start creating those relationships. Clients are always nice. Start conversation. We do custom packages. So we would like people to reach out to us. They have an event coming up. Depending on their needs and the length of the event, we would put together a custom package. So starting that conversation with them and continuing a relationship.
Well, it's huge for the businesses out there having that email list, and it's an email list of people that actually were engaged at their event. They went in, they did something fun, and then it's not like a cold call right now. You're like, "Hey, Bobby, I'm glad you enjoyed the event. Great pictures. You know maybe a little bit about them by the props they put in the thing." And I bet the success rate of people actually taking their calls and actually having a meeting with them is so much more than if they just picked up the phone and tried to call them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Nothing replaces the face-to-face connection with people. So that's the beauty of it. And the other thing is I just wanted to share with you is just some of the stats. I wanted to share an example with you that we recently worked with Hyundai.
Okay.
In the 2013 Chicago Auto Show, TapSnap helped drive almost 2,000 people to like the Hyundai page.
Wow.
And engage with the auto show post. There were also about 13,000 unique users who saw the post from the auto show. So needless to say, that increased their brand awareness and social media presence on a very large scale.
Yeah, in one event.
Exactly. And then let's not forget about the traffic that they bring to the booth. When I was at the 2014 show, I observed the other dealerships and really people would just kind of trickle in. But at Hyundai, there was always a long line of people wanting to come in and get their picture taken. It made them feel special. And it brought up more opportunities for Hyundai to have conversations with those people that they may not have had the opportunity to do otherwise.
Definitely. Well, you mentioned social media analytics, which is so crazy. And I think I saw a stat the other day. It's like almost 45% of like Twitter followers and stuff are actually not real people in the Twitter sphere. But it's really huge when you have 2,000 people that are liking their social media presence that actually associate, well, Honda, or did you say Hyundai or Honda? I don't want to. Hyundai. There we go. I didn't want to butcher that. Hyundai. They look at it and they remember that experience. And these are real people that were there, that had a good social interaction in person with this company, and now they're also fans of them in the social media world. So that has a lot more value than just all the other follower numbers that they might have from who knows where.
Yeah, yeah. And what was great about Hyundai is people actually thought it was an attraction at their booth.
Yeah,
so they were like, do we have to pay for this? And they were so excited when we were like, no, this is complimentary from Hyundai because, as you may know, Hyundai is a sponsor of The Walking Dead. They wanted to do a zombie apocalypse type theme. So we actually did custom green screens where we made it look like the zombie apocalypse. There were dilapidated buildings, creepy streets, zombies coming around the corner. And we did custom props too. So we made weapons and then we'd pose people and digitally place those props in their hands. So people walked away thinking, oh my gosh, they walked away with a branded picture and they
free.
have fun. Yeah, for free.
They didn't have to buy anything. They didn't have to sign up for anything. They
Yeah.
just they were like they just wanted to help out.
Yeah, but they just had a ton of fun. I mean, it was amazing seeing the feedback.
When you made Hyundai the hero of that, you went in there and they looked like the hero, and you guys get to do that. So I guarantee you, the next time they're thinking about, well, what kind of entertainment can we do, they're going to think of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And people just really love that printed picture. You know, when you go to a lot of trade shows, you get a lot of collateral, a lot of tchotchkes. A lot of times those things
Stress
get
balls for
thrown
the
away. Yeah, they give them to the kids. And so the good thing about a picture is that always makes it back to their office. You know, they love a picture of themselves with their friends, their coworkers. They put it on their desk. And again, it gives Hyundai the opportunity to keep their name top of mind.
Yeah, I mean the ROI of hiring you guys is so much. It's really a no-brainer. Like if you think about it, well, let me buy 5,000 stress balls, or can we put can we put up this photo booth in here? That's awesome. So, how can our listeners reach out? I know each one of you guys has a different location, a different number, and how can they hire you guys in TapSnap to come do their events?
Yeah, the best way to reach me, Nicole, my phone number is 678-505-8342, and also email Nicole, NICOLEH, @tapsnap.net.
All right, Nancy.
And I'm Nancy York, as in New York. My email address is Nancy, NANCYY, @tapsnap.net. And my phone number is 470-222-8029. Love to hear from you.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on, and really, I love what you guys are doing, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
All right. Well, this is Kevin Finn for all our guests today, and everyone here at the Business RadioX family saying we'll see you next week on High Velocity Radio.